You know, one of the things that we find with a lot of our customers is they want to be able to sleep more than 2 people in their van. And sometimes that can be difficult because there aren't a lot of options out there. One is having a bench seat, maybe just behind the driver and passenger seat that can fold down into a bed, but that's not going to be very comfortable, may work for small children, but for adults it really doesn't work very well. Another one is to have a lift in the back of the van where you can have basically a double-decker bed, bunk bed type thing, where one of them can raise up against the ceiling and you can have a lower bed. A couple of issues with that. One is that it really doesn't allow a lot of space in between the beds, so if you're claustrophobic at all, that's not going to be a very good solution. Also, when you do that, you eliminate a lot of storage in the back part of the van. You're not going to be able to have any upper cabinets where the beds are, and you also lose a lot of headroom. So there's a lot of negatives with that. It works for some people, and that's awesome. But another option that people look at is having a pop top on top of the van. We've had several customers over the years come to us and we just said, you know, that's just not something we do. One of our customers recently who really wanted a pop top found a company and recommended it to us and asked us to do some research into it, and so we did. And that company is Super Pacific. Super Pacific makes the Cloud Cap, which you see right here. I'm going to talk about it more in a minute. I reached out to Cloud Cap. I talked quite a bit with their sales guy. He actually came here to visit our shop, showed us the Cloud Cap on a van. We were able to look at it, test it out, and it really is a pretty awesome product. There are a lot of benefits to this pop top as opposed to some of the ones that you might see out there that are good pop tops but have some real drawback. And those can really kind of limit your ability to add things like a fan, solar panels, awning, a lot of things like that. So the Cloud Cap kind of eliminates all those obstacles and gives you kind of the best of both worlds. So I just want to give you some specs on the Cloud Cap. It weighs 220 pounds as it is right here. You know, if you add a roof fan, that's going to add a little bit more, but it's going to be well under 250 pounds. It's about 52 inches wide and 110 inches long. And when it's compressed down, it's only 6 inches high. So it doesn't add a lot of height to your roof, basically about the height of a normal roof rack that you would have, maybe just a little bit higher than that. It can hold up to 500 pounds inside. And one thing I really like about it is it actually has its own base. So you're not on top of the roof of the van, it's up above the roof of the van. There's some feet that mount into the roof rails. And so the pop top is sitting on the roof rails on those feet, and the actual base of the pop top is up off the van. And so that base is a solid base and it will hold up to 500 pounds. Another thing I really like about this is it can accommodate solar panels. So because we have we're gonna have a fan right here, we're gonna have a max air fan, and they pre-cut that for us into the roof. And then we're able to fit 2 215 watt solar panels. These are made by Artec. They're flexible solar panels. So using just VHB tape, they will adhere to the top of the pop top. And if we didn't have a fan, we could fit one more. So we've got about 430 watts, but you could add, what would that be, 645 watts. So lots of solar capacity. You really don't lose anything here. And then if you have a 170, which this is going on for us, you have enough room in the back still to put an air conditioner. If you were putting this on a 144, you would not have enough room in the back to put an air conditioner. Now, another thing that I really like about this is it just uses normal T-slots all the way around in this frame that would be very similar to like a 15 series 80/20 or extruded aluminum T-slots. And so there's all kinds of things you can attach to these. We're going to be attaching one of our Girard fully automatic awnings on the passenger side. We're going to be doing a 50-inch Baja Designs light bar across the front. We're going to be doing Baja designs pod lights all the way around. So it really is very flexible. With most pop tops, because they're just fiberglass, you're not able to mount all those things to it, especially not an awning. And because they cover up the roof rails, you're not able to mount one into there. So with a normal pop top, you're really limited. This gives you a lot of flexibility. And so I'm gonna pop it up, and from the inside, there's a rod that goes through with a handle that you would turn. And I'm gonna show you up in the van. We've cut the hole out and we've prepped it and everything. We're gonna be installing this, and I'm gonna show you how we do that. But basically, from the inside, you would turn this crank. But I've just attached something here so that I can do it from the outside without the handle. So basically, when you turn that handle, it's gonna release this latch, and this whole thing is gonna lift up. And it's on hydraulic or pneumatic pistons. And so it just opens up by itself. So really a lot of room in there. So I've opened up the front of it, but basically you can see the inside here. So you can see there's plenty of height in it. Going inside, you can see that there's this mattress. And this is a self-inflating mattress, compresses down so that the top can close with this mattress in here. The Max Air fan will be up there. It's got this nice net mesh that you can store things in. We're gonna be adding strip lighting in here, maybe a USB port, things like that, so that it really will be very comfortable for 2 people to sleep up here. Waterproof material canvas on the outside, kind of a nylon material, and then has bug nets.
Hey guys, are you a DIY van builder? That's how we started, and we love to support the DIY community. So we've created some resources that have helped in our journey, and we've made them available to you. We've got a free spreadsheet with all of the materials we use in our conversions. That's taken hundreds of hours to research and that we've tested and proven out. We have a download with the van build sequence that we use in all of our conversions. Plus, we've got other products on our website that tons of DIY builders have found helpful. Check out the links in description below for more details.
Now I want to show you in a van exactly what it's going to look like. So you can see here is the pass-through, and it is 18 inches across by 36 inches wide. And we did have to relocate the satellite antenna for the XM radio, but that satellite antenna was located, where the cutout was. So we just moved that over a little bit. So going up on top of the van, I want to show you what it looks like. So it comes with this gasket, okay? And this gasket fits the cutout perfectly, that 18 by 36. And this is looks like a CNC milled gasket that comes with it. We've attached it to the roof and sealed it with Sikaflex. And then it's got just this foam tape around the top. So when we lift the pop top onto the roof, you can see these bolts that are down here. Those bolts will just go up through the feet. We'll move those down. The pop top will actually sit on the roof rails, but then the hole will sit on top of this and compress down and make it watertight. So the only thing that will be left to do after we lift it onto the roof and attach it to the roof rails, we'll just be finishing out this pass-through with some trim. So you can see the pass-through here. We'll just be bringing our ceiling up to the edge of that, and then we'll be making trim that goes around and matches up with the ceiling. And then we'll have a telescoping ladder that they'll be able to keep in the van just to climb up into the pop top. This van is going to have a passenger seat right behind the driver's seat. It's going to be a Bellagio fold-away seat. So it's going to have a shower, and then it's going to have the seat right in front of that, and then they'll be able to fold that seat up against the wall when they're not using it to free up space. To get the cloud cap up on top of the van, we've backed our van down our loading dock, and there were only 3 of us. It would have been a lot better with 4, but we managed to do it. We just kind of lifted it up first of all and set the feet on top of the roof rails. Then we just kind of worked our way down the van little by little, resting it on the roof rails as we went.
Then once we got it far enough onto the van that we could all get up on top, we climbed up on top and we worked our way over the cutout. We just had to lift it up, so we kind of slid it down along the roof rails to get the front up over that cutout. And once we got it in place, we just kind of lifted it up little by little and slid those bolts underneath that were in the roof rails and just put the nuts on and tightened it down. And that's it. It's a pretty straightforward installation, and the prep work actually takes a lot more time than the installation.
So we've got the pop top, the cloud cap all mounted, and it's awesome. We're really impressed with this. I really like the way that it sits on the roof rail, sits above the van, that we can attach a lot of different things, lights, awnings, things like that to it. As we progress on this van and we get the inside trimmed out and everything, I'll do another video and show you up inside of the pop top and everything. So you can kind of see there what it looks like sitting on top of the van. Probably sits, it's about 6 inches tall, but then it sits 2 or 3 inches up off the van. So it probably adds about 8 to 10 inches to the total height of the van. For the extra space that it gives you, I think it's pretty awesome. So if you want to see more videos like this about van building, van life, van products, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and be sure to smash the like button. And we'll see you in the next video. Jeff with Thrive Vans, thrive on. See ya.